So we had this car that we had picked up in Florida. It had gotten us all the way across the US to California and was supposed to get us all the way back. But this is where it all went wrong. Hi YouTube, welcome back to our channel and welcome to This Christmas With Us, our series for December. In today's video, we are going to be taking you through two of our craziest travel stories. We've both picked one, so we're going to be doing a story time with us for our two craziest travel stories. Okay, let me set the scene for our first story. We did a 2.5 month road trip around the US.
Yeah.
So we started in Florida, headed over to California, went up to Canada, and then back over to Florida. And we drove the whole way, road trip style. So it was really great. We picked up a car in Florida, and this was our car. We had decided that she was our gem. We named her Josie the Jeep. She was a Jeep Compass. She was so cute. We took photos with her in Zion and lots of different other places. We bought her a little Christmas decoration to hang on her review mirror because we were gonna have her through to Christmas. And yeah, we loved our little car. It was great. So this story really begins in LA. We were staying in downtown LA, which to be totally honest was a bit of a mistake on our part. It was not the safest area to stay. We were really worried about the car.
Not easy to park. No,
there was nowhere to park with the hotel. So yeah, we were very anxious about our car, that everything was going to be okay. And then the morning that we were leaving and we were heading up to Santa Barbara to make our way up the coast, we were so excited, weren't we? Because we were like, our car's good, she's going to be safe now. At least we're out of the sort of area that we were a bit worried about. And we were planning to stop it in Malibu on the way up. So we left bright and early on that day, headed up to Malibu to spend the day by the beach, and then we're going to head up to Santa Barbara. So we had this car that we had picked up in Florida. It had gotten us all the way across the US to California and was supposed to get us all the way back. But this is where it all went wrong. Okay, so now the scene has been set. Let's get into it.
Yep.
We stopped by a beach in Malibu and we decided we wanted to go and take some photos. By the water, yeah.
And swim and sort of
paddle in the water. It was a bit cold, so so we grabbed the tripod, our phones, and the car key. And the thing is, I'd actually been to this beach before, the year before, with my best friend Gemma when we went to LA. So I knew it was a beautiful beach. I was so excited to take photos. So we headed down to the water and set the tripod up in, dug it into the sand so that we could take photos of the two of us together in the water. Now, we didn't want to put the car key in our pocket because we were like, water's gonna get it wet, I guess was the theory. So we kind of attached it to the tripod and it was completely safe. It was thingied onto the tripod, but if you tilted the tripod the wrong way, it did have the possibility of maybe being able to fall off. But you had to be pretty unlucky for it to actually fall off because it needed to get to the right thing to fall off, you know, when you put something on.
You need to shake it.
Needed to shake it to get it off. Took our photos, they were beautiful. And then I think I took my phone out the tripod and I went to take a photo of the water. While we were, bear in mind, we were in the water, the tripod was in the water, everything's in the water. And not deep, but maybe mid-car.
Just where it's sort of flowing in.
Yeah, just where the waves, just the end of the wave. So I turned back around from taking a photo of the ocean and I see Alex holding the tripod, which honestly, you know when people say things go in slow motion, I swear it was I turned around and then I went, no, because I was he's holding the tripod.
Yeah, so I picked the tripod up.
And turned it to its side.
No, but I didn't turn it straight away. I picked it up first and I went to move it back, but obviously the sand goes like that, at an angle.
Yeah.
So me dragging it like that, I was going to hit sand. So I was trying to get it out of the sand. So my first thought was, I'll just turn it that way and I can walk back easily with it. Not remembering that the
key wasn't secure.
Key wasn't secure, or actually that the key was actually there.
Yeah.
I don't know, miscommunication. I didn't know whether you had taken the key, so it actually wasn't there. I didn't look.
I told you the key was on the tripod.
Yeah, well, I didn't
I
hear.
think we just forgot, to be totally honest, because it left my mind as well.
And yeah, as soon as I turned it, obviously, Holly then turned around and saw.
Honestly,
like,
slow motion, the key just dropping into the ocean. So I phone in hand, my body fully body taped up for the day. I saw this key fall into the ocean, and I was just like straight in after it. I was like, I don't care that this is what I'm wearing for the day. I don't care about anything. We cannot lose this key in the ocean. We lost the key in the ocean.
Yeah.
It was gone instantly. The wave had like come in as soon as the...
Like the perfect timing.
Yeah,
just
perfect
to like
time.
wash it back
and
out.
it just
like,
swooped
it didn't even have a chance to like get stuck in sand so that water could just go over the top of it.
It was gone. I spent like, it felt like 5 minutes. I like threw my phone at Alex because I was holding it still when I was looking in, and I was like, take this so I can like look properly. And when I tell you I was like on the sand, like just running my hands everywhere, and nothing. There was nothing. Yeah. So not our greatest moment. The water also is not very warm. We'll put that out there. So after like a solid couple of minutes of looking, I was like, right, well, it's gone. Like, it's not here.
And as Holly passed me the stuff back, obviously I chucked it down on the sand, and at that moment I was like, why didn't we just do that in the first place? Like, it wasn't a busy beach. This key was...
It was the quietest beach in the world.
Yeah, it's the quietest beach in the world. And at that point I was like, in hindsight, why didn't we just...
And our shoes were up at the beach, on the beach.
Well, I just don't know why we didn't put the key in the shoe.
Yeah, no idea why. What the thought was there.
The thought was that we need.
I think potentially because it was in your pocket, and then we were in the water, and we were like, "Oh, we'll just put it there." But
like any other time, I would have ran back up and put it back because I wouldn't have wanted it near the water. So
it was just bad luck.
It was just like, I don't know. Well, we weren't really in a rush to take these photos and get up to Santa Barbara.
No.
It
was just a mistake. But yeah, so then we were like, well, what do you do now? And started walking out the water, and this old lady who was walking her dog had stopped.
With headphones
like
in,
the only other person on this beach. So she had little like AirPods in, didn't she? She stops and she's like, is everything okay? Because obviously like fully grown adults just in the water in their clothing in like the morning, like looking frantic. And so I remember I went, no, we've just dropped our car key in the ocean. And she was like, what? And then I was like...
We said it like 4 times.
Like 4 times.
And then I was like, well...
And we just kept going, we dropped our car key in the ocean. Like, I don't understand what's not happening here.
I know it sounds crazy, but like, what's
that's what we did. And maybe it was the accent, who knows?
Yeah.
And then eventually, honestly, I was like, go away. Like, I don't know, we're done. I'm not going to repeat this again. Like... We're in like panic mode, and I can't.
I think she just
deal.
She's.
I think I literally just I was like, oh, we need to go.
She did understand in the end, and she went, "Oh,
that's not good."
That's not good.
I'm like, yeah.
And then she was like, and I was like, well, there's nothing she could do. So
unless you're gonna like pull out a magnet so that we can like magnet it back. So then you ran off, didn't you? Because I was like, at that point, I was like meltdown. I don't know what to do. So...
Well, all of our stuff was locked in this car.
Yeah.
So we couldn't get in the car.
Oh, yeah.
Luckily, we had taken our phones down. Had we? Yes.
Yes.
I had my phone too.
Yeah, we both had our phones.
So...
You went up to the lifeguard.
The stuff that we would need for the car was in the car. And all of our stuff is in the car.
So bear in mind, we're soaked
we need
as well.
to get this car unlocked. Basically.
Yeah.
So I ran up to the lifeguard. He kind of just said, "Yeah, I saw that happen. Didn't look great." And I was like, "Well, thanks for help." But yeah, I suppose we weren't in danger. So, but and yeah. So I then well, we were.
He gave us a towel, didn't he, so that we could dry off the phones because the phones were absolutely soaked.
Well, they were.
I think you were soaked to like your mid shorts, and I was like. I swam, so I
think I had my wallet too.
I think you did because we had to pay for the parking.
Yeah. So I had my wallet. So
anyway, so we went up to the car. He'd given us a towel, so we kind of dried everything, dried ourselves a little bit, and you ran the towel back. And so then I was like, right, well, car rental company, let's start there.
We just need to phone them.
So I called them and I was like, this is going to cost us a fortune. Like, we can't afford this. This is like so embarrassing. So we called them up and I explained everything to them. I explained that our car is currently locked. We don't have the key. I just straight out said, like, we dropped it in the ocean. Like, hindsight, should I have maybe said we just lost it? Maybe, because it's a bit less embarrassing.
I think you did. I don't think you did.
No, I said dropped it in the ocean because I remember saying I'm standing here and I'm wet, and she was like, it's gonna be 2 hours, and I was like, okay, well,
yeah,
I'm wet. And this beach, like, there's nothing in walkable distance from this beach. I mean, potentially you could have gone an Uber and stuff like that, but like, we were just not in that. We just sat and waited for this person to arrive. So then she's like, okay, I'll call out a locksmith and a tow truck. So, and then we were like, is there any option to like be towed to Santa Barbara? Because that's where we're heading. And she was like, no.
So guess where we had to go back to?
We went back to LA.
Back to where we just came out of.
And if you know anything about LA traffic,
yeah,
to like even leave that morning took ages, and then we had to go all the way back in and all the way back out again. So eventually the guy arrived. He wasn't a locksmith. They sent the wrong person, but it was fine. He arrived. He had to like drag the car because obviously the wheels don't spin. So he had to like fully drag the car onto the thing.
No, the first guy that came phoned you and said, oh, I'm not a tow truck, I'm just a locksmith.
Oh yeah, there was one person that was meant to come. He was just a locksmith. So we were like, well, we need a tow truck. So I had to call them back and they sent out the right person.
So then the right person, so that's why it was 2 hours.
Yeah, that's why it was 2 hours. Anyway, so then he arrived and we got to ride in his truck with him. Very exciting. He told us all of his like LA stories.
He told us his
whole life story, yeah. So that was a fun journey back. We got there and he went to like LAX. They took us to LAX because that's where
the story about getting it up onto the tow truck was hard enough.
Yeah, so I said they couldn't move the wheels.
Oh right, yeah.
So they had to literally pull it up.
Yeah, like
so the wheels like squeaking because you're like forcing them up.
Because they couldn't get into the car
to get the wheels. Well, not even if they could get into the car, they wouldn't be able to get the wheels to spin because they didn't have the key. So no. Well, I suppose you could put them in the car in the end. They opened it there. We'll get there.
Oh right, yeah.
So we got over to LAX. I jumped out the car, still wet by the way. Like I have not dried. And I walk over to like the ladies at the help desk, and so I say, hi, I don't know if you got a call from like your higher ups about what's happened to us, but I have dropped the car key in the ocean. And these women
just start laughing. Really.
They laughed. And was it hilarious?
I think we made that year too.
Yeah, they were in hysterics. And she was like, sorry, can you repeat that? And I was like, we dropped it in the ocean. So I explained to her what happened, and she was just like in disbelief. They were like calling other people, telling them what we'd done. Like,
but they were impressed at like how hard we tried to.
But no, I'd like fully told her what happened. I told her we jumped in the water, and like I was still wet. So like I literally said, look at me, and she was like, oh, you are still wet. And I was like, yes. So she was really nice. She got the guy to like bring the car to us instead of us having to walk to the car. Alex was off trying to find our old car because we needed all of our stuff out of it, and they put it in this like back lock with all like the cars that had been crashed and stuff, and we were like, well, all of our stuff is in here, and we had like 6 suitcases, and like coats and bags and all sorts of things in there because we collected quite a bunch of stuff. So I managed to get the car. The guy like warmed up the seats first and everything so the car would be warm. Like she told him over the thing, she was like, you need to make sure to get this car warm for them because they're cold. And I was like, that's so nice. And it didn't cost us anything because our insurance covered everything. We were so shocked.
Luckily we went Hertz Gold, so yeah, we were fully covered.
We were fully covered. We actually ended up changing cars 3 times because this was the beginning of our car trouble, but that's a story for a different thing. Yeah, 3 more times. Just failed at life. And we dropped our key in the ocean. When I say key, I mean our car key. It's our beautiful car. And RIP to her because, yeah. Anyway, so luckily we were able to sort of move all of our stuff over. At this point, it was like, what time?
Oh, late.
It was like 5, I think, because I remember being like, it's rush hour and we have to leave LA.
We're not getting the evening in Santa Barbara we wanted.
And we hadn't eaten all day.
No.
Because we were meant to go get breakfast after taking photos. And, yeah, hadn't eaten anything. So we stopped at the McDonald's by LAX on our way out because we were like, we need chicken nuggets or something because we're about to be stuck in traffic for the next, like, 2 hours. Yeah. But I think the drive, it was a long drive after that. But yeah, that's like one of our craziest travel stories. I feel like that's always the one I think of. It was just a mistake. It was very embarrassing in the moment, and like we were really stressed when it was happening. But I think now it's like,
we laugh back.
So silly.
Yeah, we just laugh at it. We were making jokes that the key was going to turn up when we were
in the Philippines.
When we were in the Philippines
or like Hawaii, and it's like the key's on the ocean. But that key's gone.
Yeah.
Bye. So yeah, that's our first crazy travel story. So let's get into the next one. So the next story takes place in New Zealand.
Yeah. Queenstown.
And bear in mind, our stop before Queenstown was Melbourne. And I got tonsillitis in Melbourne. So I was on antibiotics. I was not feeling good.
You're feeling a little better.
I was feeling a little better by the time I got to Queensland because they'd given me antibiotics in Melbourne, which was great, but I was still a little fevery. And
Queenstown,
Queenstown, not Queensland. I always mix those two up.
Queenstown, you were feeling
I was feeling better,
especially to do what we were going
I just had a little sore throat, but that was it. Like I wasn't feeling sick anymore. But we then we went and did the Luge.
Yeah, that's one of the things we had pre-booked to do before we got.
It was like Alex's top activity. So basically in Queenstown they have this like luge thing. It's on a mountain and you sit in this like quite a small cart and you just kind of go down the mountain.
You have like this lever and you pull it back
to lift the cart off the ground.
The cart off the ground to go down faster and then down to brake.
So there's no motor or anything. You're basically just using like the momentum of the mountain. So
we had booked to do 3.
Yes.
So this is where the story starts. We booked to do 3 and it was really fun. We really enjoyed it.
And bear in mind, I'm going to say, I always get into accidents. When I was little and I rode my bike, I'd always fall off my bike every single time. And it's because I get too confident and then I make mistakes because I'm too confident in what I'm doing. And I do this with everything. Yeah,
so we've done 3 already. We got confident at taking the corners and I like go-karting. So I like to try and do the tracks as quick as possible. Obviously, so I was going down quite fast, but
you decided you wanted to do 3 more.
Yeah, we decided we wanted to do 3 more, and on the 6th turn, I was adamant I was trying to do it as fast as possible. I can't remember if I did say anything, but I'm pretty sure
You told me not to keep up.
Yeah, I did.
And I wasn't trying. You did, and I wasn't trying to keep up. I was just going my own pace. But...
So I was going like quite fast, and there was this bit where you went through like there's like a bridge where people could walk. Could people walk over it? Yeah, people could walk over it, and you go sort of through it. So, but after that bridge is like this tight like left right like sort of chicane thing. So and there's sort of like mounds.
Yeah, it's like this on either side of the track.
So as I took it, I was quite close. Not to flipping, but my wheels came off the ground a little bit, and I was like, "Oh, I took that a bit too fast," but that's fine. I got through. It's fine. And I presumed Holly was right behind me.
Oh, I was right behind.
I presumed she was right behind me. So when I got to the end to get out the cart and I turned around, there was 3 different people behind me, and none of them was Holly. So I was like, and in that like 20-30 seconds that you weren't there.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like processing like why you wouldn't be there, because it was like maybe like a minute and a half max to get down each time. So I was like,
like for the whole thing. And we were on that last turn.
We were on that last turn. So I was like, I don't know. My mind went, she's like knocked out on the track, and like people are like, just, like
riding over her.
And I literally was just about to say to someone, because there was like cameras but they clearly weren't using the cameras to see if everyone was okay on the track. I don't know. And as I went to say that, you kind of like sluggishly came down around the last corner, and I could see as you got out, like there was like marks all down your like on your jeans. Like I think you had holes in your jeans and stuff. So like, yeah, what actually happened?
Yeah,
well,
so,
obviously I know, but
yeah. So basically, like, I took the corner way too fast. Like, I knew from the minute that I went into the tunnel that I was going too fast. So I tried to start slowing myself down, and I just didn't in time. And I just, instead of even, I didn't even turn. I didn't turn. I just smacked straight into the side.
You sort of rode up on the
yeah, it sort of went up and then flipped. So I landed. So yeah, I just sort of went up and then had a bit of a tumble. That's all I really remember. And then I just sort of not regained consciousness, because I don't think I was knocked out at any point. I know I hit my head, but like, you're wearing quite thick helmets. I felt like the rebound of hitting my head on the, like, because there was like this on either side of the track, and so it was, but then there would be like a ledge and then down again, so there were like flower pots there. So I hit my head on that flower pot bit, I think, and then I was like flat on the floor. The luge was like flipped over, so I thought I better get up, because if someone else comes around that corner, you're not going to see me right until the last second. So I jumped up, flipped the luge back over, and then stood up on the flower bed, and I was like, okay, am I okay? I'm fine. Like, I checked over myself. I was like, I'm good. I couldn't feel anything. You know, like, you just hurt yourself. You can't feel anything. Like, so, like, I couldn't tell if I was really hurt, but I was just like, just make sure, like, my arms are all working, my legs are good. I thought I had, like, cut my entire face open, because I could feel, like, wet on my face. And so I was, like, touching my face, and I think that was the first thing I said to you when I got off. I was like, does my face look okay? Because I felt like I'd hit my face, especially because I knew I'd hit my head. I was like, maybe my face had been caught. So then I was like, okay, I'm just going to stand here and wait. Someone's going to come and help me. About 2 minutes go past, not a single, because the thing is, there was 2 tracks.
Yeah. So
one track, and they both came off at the same place. So I think you were seeing people from the other track at first. Anyway, so so then I was like, well, no, it might not have been 2 minutes. It might have been like 30 seconds. And then I was like, okay, I need to go, because the luge was on the like thing. So I was like, I need to get it out the way so that nobody else hurts themselves. So I step in to the track to go step on the luge. And as I do that, a bloody another person comes down on their luge, smashes into me. And so my ankle got stuck between my luge and their luge. And it was like, and my ankle in the middle. And I was like, oh, that hurt. That was not nice. That was really painful. I apologized so much to that person. I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm the one in the way. Like, sorry. But yeah, totally wasn't his fault. I think he was a little angry when it first happened. And then he realized that I was actually hurt. And so then he kind of went, I told him, I was like, you just go, like, I'm coming. And so he went. I got in.
Yeah, that's when I realised something had happened to you, because he got out off and was sort of like shaken up and looking behind him.
Yeah. And so then I was like, right, I'm going to have to go. So I got in and I started going just really slowly. And then I got out and I was like, these things are low to the floor. So I was like, how? And I could tell then that my stomach was hurting. So I was like, oh, this is not going to be fun. So I got out. And the guy was standing there, and I was like, I'm so sorry. And he was like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm all good. I just flipped out, and I'm fine, I'm fine.
You just wanted to get it over.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, I'm good. Bye. Like, I just didn't want to. And then I was like, we're leaving. Like, let's go. So because I couldn't tell how much pain I was in, to be honest. And I knew it was going to start wearing off soon, so I needed to go. So we bought the pictures, because we'd taken some pictures, so we bought those.
I gave you the equipment, you put that
I put that all away, and it's quite a walk, because they were doing construction, so it was quite a walk back. Got to the gondola to go down the mountain, sitting in the gondola with this other like a daughter and 2 parents,
which are in the Airbnb.
No way. And I'm sitting there so like in pain, and then the guy goes, hi, and I was like, hi, like, okay. He was like, we're your neighbours at the Airbnb. And I was like, oh, great. Really good. Thanks. And like usually I'd be like, oh, like that's great, but this time I was like, no, this can't be my life.
The pain had started, and yeah.
Luckily we had gone down the hill. I got some, it was basically just like my stomach here. I still have like a massive scar. My ankle, no, my foot swelled, and I had like scratches everywhere, but it was fine. I lived, I survived.
Your foot didn't swell for many days.
It was just a couple of days, and it was quite black.
The stomach was the worst bit.
My stomach was the worst.
It was like tire mark, like not tire mark.
It was like tire, but it was deep though as well. So, and my knee was pretty bad too, but I survived. So yeah, that's our other craziest story. If you want to hear any more of our travel stories though, please let us know in the comments below, and subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that you can keep up to date with our December series, where we're going to be posting every single day. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow in our next video.
Like and subscribe.